Kizaru really going through it. That post-mission depression about to hit different. He really covering up his eyes and just asking the young Marines to just leave him alone. Kizaru gonna need a shoulder to cry on and someone to talk to. Someone get me Naruto Uzumaki. Gear 5 has just been the best power-up that Luffy's gotten till date. I feel like whenever we see it in action, we just have no idea what to expect the moment Gear 5 locks in. Oda really got Luffy giving the Gorosei that Barry Bonds treatment. The Dodge is ready to sign this man right now. Gear 5 is definitely the last power-up. I'm talking in relation to gears. There'll definitely be no Gear 5th. I feel like any other power-up that Luffy gets at this point in time will definitely be Haki related. Oda is just dangerously creative to the point where I feel like Gear 5 really gives him the flexibility to use Luffy's Toon Force in whichever way he pleases. Yo, so whenever I look at my YouTube analytics, a lot of people who actually watch my channel are actually from my YouTube recommendations. Y'all not even subscribed. So, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button too. Thanks. Zoro and Robb Lucci. Oda, you trying real hard to keep those Robb Lucci stocks up, but there's no getting out of this. You're done. Not you, Oda. I mean, like Robb Lucci. Come on, bro. Lucci done ate that technique, and I feel like him standing there and refusing to fall was just him just trying to save face. I mean, look, Zoro is dangerously strong. It's not like he's fodder. I feel like this was just to save face so the stocks don't rapidly drop. To be honest, I don't think Lucci's a scrub, and Zoro isn't fodder, so it's not like he got whooped by somebody like Usopp. Like, if it was Usopp, okay, maybe I'd feel some type of way too. Despite Lucci's performance in the arc, I don't think he's trash. Like, I don't think he's weak. I think his moment in the sun is long over. Like, I definitely think he's done. You were nice. You were the one back in Water 7. You were the main villain, but you are not that guy anymore. And that's okay. Lucci low-key reminds me of the guy who constantly be going around telling people he used to bench 405 back in high school, but now he's trying to relive his glory days in his 40s, especially seeing as he's like a little older, fatter, and like now his back hurts. You were cool, but those days are done. Take your L like a man at this point. It's over. Let it go. Zoro low-key got me feeling like he feeling some type of way, because when he realizes Lucci not going down, he's kind of looking at Lucci like, oh, word? I bet. I'm gonna have to get that King of Hell 3-sword style, and I'm gonna have to lay down the groundwork and put this man to sleep. Regardless of Lucci's wavering loyalty this arc, I do like the fact that he stays consistent with Kaku by asking the Gorosei to actually spare his life. But I'ma keep it a buck with you, Kaku. I don't even remember how you caught a fade. In regards to Kaku and Lucci, I think their roles in the story are definitely done. Let's keep it real here. Y'all caught a fade in Water 7, and y'all were like the main villains at the time. Y'all were the top of the echelon in what we call a One Piece villain. At the time, time's gone by, people have gotten stronger, the Straw has been stronger, y'all got stronger too, but at this point, you're done. What y'all gonna do? Pull up a third time and catch a fade in the final war? Come on, man. At this point in time, Luffy and Zoro ran it back and y'all both got whooped. Zoro whooped both of y'all. He whooped Kaku at the beginning of the arc, and then he whooped Lucci too. I feel like Lucci's pride is a lot higher in this arc, because when he first had the encounter with Luffy at the beginning, he didn't want to accept the fact that Luffy's actually an emperor and they'd have to get authorization to actually engage with him. He just went to fight him just like that. But at this point, I feel like this has definitely been a humbling moment for Lucci in this arc. They were not those guys that y'all met back in Water 7, especially when y'all ran it the first time and you got the better of them. King over Robb Lucci. Y'all know what it is. Jinbei spared you though, because if Jinbei was locked in, them hands is built different. Ask who's who. I love how Dory and Bragi are talking to Luffy about him being Nika. We've been looking for the chosen one, the freedom fighter, a freedom fighter, the god, the man with the plan. They whisper about him in corners. Luffy, massive Nika day. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Saying that out loud definitely is a little weird. Jokes aside, he responds with, I have no idea what y'all even talking about. The overall plan is to get to the other side of the island. Everybody's notified that Luffy's been found, and basically they start the whole evacuation process. Long story short, everybody's going back to the ships now. Valkyrie unleashes a battle cry of Haki, and it basically just knocks off all of Luffy's body parts. Think of like the Looney Tunes where they lose their eyes and their feet and basically everything else. Even the tattoo Akainu gave him fell off. And of course his conqueror's haki because the marine fodder actually start to pass out. Warkari goes a step further and he tries to rush Luffy, to which he is stopped by Dory and Bragi. Saturn even spits out venom, which I can't really be surprised. I mean, dude's a whole big ass spider when you break it down. I like the fact that Luffy didn't even conjure up the bat out of thin air. He literally gave that tree the Woody Woodpecker treatment. And of course it has the number 5-6. 5 in Japanese is go and 6 in Japanese is move. The Gorosei get hit, Luffy hits multiple home runs, and of course, the Gorosei are basically immortal until we actually figure out how their abilities actually work. Kizaru is on the ship, and he is definitely done for the entire story. This man really going through it. And honestly, it's real sad because it's the example of a man who really sold his soul against his deep, genuine beliefs. He literally had to kill one of his homeboys. And if you look back to each interaction he's had with Sentomaru or with Vegapunk or with Bonnie, you can tell that back in those early days that they were definitely boys. This man really sold his soul to become a government dog, and he's gone to the extent where he's had to fight against his friends who he's known for years, and mentally throughout the entire arc, this joint been affecting him because the moment he stepped into Egghead, he was half-assing everything, to the point where I still believe he was the one who brought Luffy food. In the beginning, it was affecting him mentally, but it's at the point now where it's actually physically affecting him. Like, he can't do anything. He wants to stay out of it in its entirety. And I feel like this really opens up his character because Vegapunk to him was what Garp was to Kizaru. It makes me sit there and think, what state of mind is he actually going to be in the moment everything is over? If he doesn't turn on the world government, I definitely don't see him staying with the world government at the end of it. I genuinely hope he actually gets better because this was just real sad to see. For a character who for many chapters we've never really been given any background information on, it's really sad how you can actually relate to a situation, not even relate, but to understand the position he's actually in. Because before this, Kizaru seemed like a stone cold assassin. Like, nothing can break this man. Like, this man's poker face was elite. You put the right person in front of you and I mean anybody will break. Bergermon's in the labo phase. He's trying to make sure that none of those videos from those Diddy parties make it out to the public. Bonnie and the rest of the Straw Hats make it to the ship. It turns out there's a few vice admirals there. Like, let's keep it a whole buck here. Sanji's there, Zoro and Jinbei are on their way back, and Luffy's also en route. They not doing nothing. Sanji can handle all these guys by himself, in my personal opinion. Sanji ain't really had much of a fight this arc. He's kind of just been chilling for the most part. He's had exchanges, I'd go as far as that, but Sanji whooping all these guys, 100%. The biggest cliffhanger is that the robot that Luffy was messing with at the beginning of the arc, turns out this guy is up and running, and he sits there and he ends the chapter with, "Forgive me, Joy Boy." There have been so many robots this arc, and size-wise, he bigger than the Giants. So Houston, we got a problem. But yeah, to wrap up, honestly, this chapter was actually fantastic. I genuinely enjoyed Gear 5, and I just think it's just a perfect power-up for Luffy because he can genuinely mess around in each fight the way he normally does, and it stays so consistent with his character. I'm happy Zoro versus Robb Lucci's over. I feel like this arc for Robb Lucci's definitely been a humbling moment because now he will be forced to show the Straw Hats a lot more respect. He didn't respect Luffy as a Yonko at the beginning of the arc, and the moment he got a couple blows from Gear 5, all of a sudden, you know, he looking at Luffy like, okay, so I can't whoop you, but I can whoop your second in command though. Turns out he was dead wrong about that too. Kizaru, I really hope you actually get the help you need because this was genuinely sad to see. Let me know your thoughts below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace. Flesh and bone, no more mind at peace.